Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 18th, 2023, and we're having a drive-in talk today, you guys. Now, this last Saturday, it was 83 degrees here in Milwaukee, and today it is 36 degrees, and snowing. Scotty needs to take herself home. That's all I gotta say. If you don't know who Scotty is, S-K-A-D-I, look it up. She is the goddess of, she's a giant, actually. A giant who married Njord, for all intents and purposes, the god of the sea and seafarers and boat builders. She married him, but she was from the frozen tundra and the forest, and loves the snow and the trees and the depth of the forest. And Njord loves the water. And they tried to be married. They tried to make it work, but neither liked where the other was from, and it just didn't work out. They care about each other very much, they do, but they could not make it work out, which is sad for Njord and Scotty. But anyways, I live here in Milwaukee, where we have both the snow and the cold and the frozen tundra and forests and wolves and all these things. But we also have an inland sea. We've got Lake Michigan, which is giant. And if you've never seen it, you can't see across it. It's big. It's very big. It's like having an ocean. So I feel like a kinship to both Njord and Scotty. I feel like maybe I'm their child because I like both. But anyways, yeah, it's snowing. What I really wanted to talk about today, though, was the art of asking questions. And I'm not talking about asking questions. I'm not talking about asking rhetorical questions. And I feel like with all of the stuff that's going on in our country right now, where there are at least two opposing views, if not more, we are asking questions, but we're asking them rhetorically. We're asking them as if we already have the answer, instead of listening, using the opportunity to have a conversation through a probing question. And we ask questions every day with no problem, like, how much does this cost? Or where can I find the peanut butter in this giant store? Or, what's going on with the economy? Or, how can I do better at this? We're always Googling things, right? We have no problem with those questions. But where we do have problems is we have problems asking questions that are difficult, that are causing us to feel something. It's like we're trying to avoid feeling. We're trying to avoid feeling anything other than happiness and bliss, And in this community, we're very much a love and light community, right? And we're all pretty good about like shaking off the toxic and going with what feels good. But if we don't allow ourselves to feel, if we don't allow ourselves to ask difficult questions and have difficult conversations, we're not going to progress forward, right? We're not going to go anywhere where we can actually do some good and change things. When you ask questions, you delight in the ability to learn and transform, and that is exactly what we need to do, especially when it comes to things like gun control, or just asking the question, why do these mass shootings keep happening? There isn't just one answer to that question. It's multifaceted, and we have to attack this issue from every single direction, even if it makes us uncomfortable. We have to do it, right? Why does poverty seem to be increasing? Why does inflation seem to be increasing? And yet, everywhere you look, there's job openings. Everywhere you look, there's job openings. These are all these hard questions, and they make you feel a certain kind of way, right? Because if you start asking about a particular thing, like gun control, let's take gun control as an example. When you start talking about gun control, you've got two opposing forces all right from the get-go feeling a certain kind of way, right? You've got the people who are gun owners who feel threatened by that question, and you've got people who have experienced gun violence who are going to feel a certain kind of way about that question. And I feel like the most important thing we could do is keep our emotions in check and just stick to the facts. Stick to the facts and really hone in on that and start holding people accountable to the actual facts of the actual crux of the issue. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we start doing that, and if people can just open up their arms and say, okay, yes, this is a problem. Even though I'm uncomfortable talking about this, let's talk about it. Let's start working towards a solution that everyone can agree upon. And that's hard, especially with gun control. That's really hard because you have two very opposing sides. Get rid of all the guns and have all the guns. There's a middle point. There's a middle way. And the middle path is always the path that leads you to a solution. And that's what we need to do. We need to be able to give on both ends in order for this to become a thing. And the thing being stopping the gun violence, stopping the mass shootings. I don't know if we'll ever get rid of it entirely, because people who are mentally ill and raging to that degree where you could walk into a school and kill children, taking guns away isn't going to make that person magically sane. So they'll find another way to do it. Okay, and that's what I mean about like multifaceted things. Gun control is more than just the guns. It's also mental health. It's also the health and well-being of our culture. So questions are important, you guys. Let's keep asking questions even when it makes us uncomfortable. Let's be open to receiving answers from the perspective of an opposing view. That's hard. That's a really hard thing to do, but that is what it's going to take. That is what it's going to take to get someplace with this issue. Okay. All right. I've rambled on long enough. I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all again tomorrow for a midweek reading. Okay. Mwah. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.